After 16 days, the Afghan peace talks between the US and Taliban have ended. The talks were on in Doha, the capital of Qatar. The US has declared a breakthrough. Well, most sides agree that some progress has been made. They have a draft agreement, although there is no formal timeline for the withdrawal of troops yet. This is the longest round of peace talks between the two sides so far. The talks will resume later this month, we are told. So what were the key topics under discussion? The US wanted assurances from the Taliban on not allowing militant groups in Afghanistan to stage attacks against American and other interests. And Taliban wanted US troops to withdraw from the country at the earliest. After the talks, the Taliban put out a statement, and I quote from that statement: "Both sides will deliberate over the achieved progress, share it with their respective leaderships, and prepare for the upcoming meeting, the date of which shall be set by both negotiation teams." The Taliban's political chief, Mullah Abdur Ghani Baradar, and the US team led by Special Envoy Zalmay Khalilzad took part in these talks. Khalilzad took to Twitter to say that the conditions for peace have improved and that both sides have made some real strides during the talks. Khalilzad said that both the parties have agreed in a draft on 2 of the 4 key issues, but the Taliban are yet to talk to the Afghanistan government. So far, they've refused to talk to the government. They do not recognize the government. The Afghanistan government is hoping for talks with the Taliban, though. At least that's what the spokesperson for President Ashraf Ghani has tweeted. Several countries and organizations, such as the United Nations, have welcomed the progress made in these peace talks. They've asked the Taliban to engage with the Afghan government now.
Despite such engagements, the Taliban have not yet accepted to engage in direct talks with the government. I stress the imperative need for the Taliban to directly talk with the government.
The Afghan government and the Afghan people have made commitments to peace. Now it's up to the Taliban to prove their commitment. They have so far failed to seize opportunities for peace. Yet, we stand ready to engage in direct talks.
阿富汗局势当前处在一个关键的阶段，和平曙光再现的同时，风险和挑战也在积聚。推进和平比挑起冲突更需要勇气，所以我们呼吁阿富汗各方以国家和民族大义为重，抓住国内政治和解的重大机遇，以对話解紛爭，化干戈為玉帛。
It's been recognized that progress has been made, is being made. It's incremental. It's not going to be easy. Never was. Will not be. We will always have to guard against spoilers. We will require support of regional stakeholders, and hopefully they are coming around and things are moving in the right direction.
So what happens next? The respective parties will deliberate on the agenda before the next round of talks, but there is one tricky issue. Violence has continued in Afghanistan, even during the course of these talks. On Monday, Taliban fighters, or militants, whichever way you describe them, attacked an entire Afghan National Army company of more than 50 soldiers in the Badghis province. Nearly 20 soldiers were reportedly killed, 20 others were taken into custody. And this is one of the many instances of violence that we've seen recently. A few days ago, 23 members of the Afghan security forces were killed in a Taliban attack on a US-Afghan base in the country. Such violence has garnered criticism from the international community, and rightly so. Several countries believe that the revival of the Taliban may revive terrorism in the country.
Tygr zůstane tygrem a dovolíme-li Talibánu, aby opět ovládl afgánské území, vytvoří z něho opět teroristickou základnu, sloužící k útokům na území euroamerické civilizace.
So the talks have progressed without any major breakthrough. Stage is now set for another round, but violence continues. So does the refusal of the Taliban to engage with the government, so does that. That also continues. So little has changed on the ground.